There is a part of every human being that remains unseen, not because it's invisible but because it's hidden, buried, repressed. And while society celebrates the light, the achievements, the smiles, it quietly ignores what Carl Jung called the shadow. He always seemed composed on the outside, polite, focused, reliable. But deep within, there were impulses he dared not reveal, even to himself. And so, like millions of others walking through the world, he smiled, while suppressing the storm inside. We all carry shadow traits. Traits that don't fit the image we want the world to see. But hiding them doesn't make them disappear. It makes them dangerous. Today we uncover 7 of the most common and deeply buried shadow traits that people carry in silence. The first is envy. He never spoke it aloud. But when someone else succeeded, part of him felt diminished. That quiet resentment wasn't hate. It was a longing to be seen, to be enough. Envy whispers that someone else's light means your own darkness. But in truth, envy is not evil. It's a mirror, showing you what you secretly desire but feel unworthy to pursue. Left unacknowledged, envy becomes bitterness. But embraced, it becomes clarity. The second is rage. He told himself he was calm, reasonable. But sometimes, in moments of pressure, something would snap. And then the storm came. Rage is a shadow because society punishes anger. But suppressed rage doesn't disappear, it festers. Jung understood that behind the rage often lies unprocessed pain. The quiet scream of a wounded child who was never heard. Rage is not always violence. Sometimes it's silence. Sometimes it's withdrawal. Sometimes it's the need to finally say, I've had enough. The third is lust. In the most disciplined minds, the most ethical souls, there exists a hunger that defies logic. Lust isn't simply desire. It's the longing for connection, power, aliveness. He pretended it didn't exist. But repression breeds obsession. Jung taught that when desire is demonized, it becomes distorted. The danger isn't lust, it's the lie we tell ourselves that we are above it. The truth is, those who deny it the loudest are often consumed by it the most. The fourth is control. He said it was love, concern, responsibility. But beneath the help he offered, there was an invisible leash, a need to orchestrate outcomes. Control is often masked as care, but its root is fear. The fear of chaos, of abandonment, of being powerless. Control as a shadow is insidious. It doesn't scream. It plants. It manipulates. And it slowly destroys the very freedom it claims to protect. The fifth is self-loathing. He appeared confident, successful, even admired. But in the mirror, late at night, a different truth stared back. There was a quiet voice that said, "You're not enough." Shadow isn't just about dark urges, it's also about disowned wounds. The part of you that feels unworthy, that doesn't believe in your own value. It hides behind humor, perfectionism, arrogance, even kindness. But it always waits to be felt, to be healed. The sixth is manipulation. He didn't lie, not directly, but he knew how to say things that got results. He knew how to twist the truth just enough to keep power. Manipulation often grows in those who felt powerless early in life. It becomes a survival tool, a way to feel in control without brute force. But the cost is high, because over time, manipulation erodes trust, even from those closest to you. Jung warned that when the shadow manipulates, the conscious self believes it's being clever, but the soul knows it's being dishonest. The seventh is cruelty. This is the shadow trait no one wants to admit. That deep, buried place where the pain of others doesn't feel painful, maybe even feels satisfying. Cruelty doesn't always look like abuse. Sometimes it's indifference, mockery, passive aggression, emotional coldness. The truth is, we are all capable of cruelty when our own pain is unhealed. When the shadow is ignored, we become the very thing we fear in others. And here is the ultimate realization. These traits, though dark, are not evil. They are human. Jung never asked us to destroy the shadow. He asked us to integrate it, to see it, name it, own it. Because only then can we become whole. As he walked through his own healing, he realized something powerful. That the parts he feared the most were also the keys to his greatest strength. His envy showed him what he longed for. His rage taught him where his boundaries were. His lust reminded him that he was alive. His need for control revealed the depth of his fear and the opportunity for surrender. His self-loathing held the secret to his deepest self-compassion. His manipulation revealed his intelligence, once freed from fear. And his cruelty, when faced, unlocked his capacity for radical empathy. You see, the goal isn't to become perfect, it's to become real. So the next time you feel triggered, jealous, angry, controlling, or cold, don't shame it. Sit with it. Listen to it. Ask, what is this trying to show me? Because until you face your shadow, you will never truly know your light.